But it's time now to go into our conversation this morning. And well, before I introduce my guest, let me just run you through what to expect. So just yesterday, last night, in fact, and for those of you who woke up this morning, you woke up to the news of the resignation of the majority leader in Parliament. And there had been reports about him being booted out of office, in fact, being replaced by his deputy, Honorable Alexander Afenyo-Markin. Yesterday evening, we got indication that the majority caucus was supposed to meet the president. In fact, they were there at the Jubilee House. But apparently, even before that meeting had happened, we're told that the majority leader had tendered in his resignation, to the surprise of many. What do you make of that issue? Well, we'll talk about that. We'll also go into the issue of unemployment. The Ghana Statistical Service has released new data, and it says that Ghana's unemployment rate has shot up, an increase from 1.2 million to 1.3 million people. What is going on? What are we doing wrong? In fact, if you look at the unemployment figures, we're told that more women or more females are unemployed as against the males. In the studio with me, Alan Amadeko is a National Communications Team member for the NPP. I don't think I've seen her in 5 months. So it's good to see you this morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. Good
Happy
morning.
New Year. Good morning.
Happy New Year to everybody.
How's your year been? Has it started on a good note?
So far, yes. It's a campaign year. It's an election year. So, yeah, busy.
I can imagine.
But it's good to be back.
It's good to have you back as well. Nanaya Achimpim Jantwa. I think every week I'll have to be corrected. Achimpim. Nanaya Chimpim Jantwa. I got it right.
This time you got it right.
Hallelujah, somebody.
But your spelling here is wrong on the flyer.
Semaba.
It's P-I-M.
It's P-I-M. Okay.
Achimpim.
That means we've always made that mistake.
I haven't even really
Oh,
taken it.
well, producers, please take note of that.
Akyempim.
P-I-M, Achimpim. What does it mean?
Achimpim means that the child of the king.
Oh.
In Ashanti.
Oh, I see.
But I was named after one of my aunties who, my grandfather was a king. So my grandfather was the Tanahini of the Ashanti region at the time. So that is it. But in trees, like you give out, you are generous.
Oh, generous.
Or champion.
That's true. Achimpim. Okay, Achimpim. That's very true. She's a very generous woman. She's executive secretary for COSECA. She's a political analyst and also the former general secretary for the CPP. We're expecting Aisha Lassan from the NDC to join us. But let's get into our conversation. And well, yesterday, one person who's considered a very close friend of the majority leader, Honorable Cletus Avoka, the MP for Zibla constituency, was asked what he thought about the resignation of the majority leader. He said he was actually very disappointed and he didn't think that this was the best way for the majority leader to exit, because it's going to affect the business of Parliament and, in fact, government business in general. And so we'll hear from him, and then also we'll hear from another person, Dr. Rashid Rahman. He's Executive Director for the Africa Center for Parliamentary Affairs, who says that if you look at how things played out, it's clear that he was kicked out of office. Take a look.
The resignation of my very good brother, my friend and colleague, the majority leader, Honorable Osei Mensah. I'm hugely disappointed. And I know this will be a great disservice to the partner of Ghana and Ghana as a whole. I don't know what has informed him to resign. Of course, for a week now, we've heard about the decision of their party to reshuffle the leadership in Parliament. I thought that if they were reshuffling him, given his commitment, given his industry, given his resilience, and then his utility service to the party and to Parliament, he would have been promoted or at least had an analogous position as the Minister of Foreign Affairs, as was speculated. But unfortunately, this has not happened. I hope that this is not prejudice to what they are appointing sooner than later. I hope that the President of the day will compensate Kyei Mensah Bonsu by making him a minister in one of the elegant ministries. I don't think that we can leave him to just stay out of Parliament between now and then January 2025. I cannot fault the MPP for taking or him for resigning. Maybe he resigned against the backdrop of the ups and downs that was hosted in Parliament and in the country. That could be the reason. I do not know. But whatever it is, I don't think that this is the way that Kyei Bonsu should end.
And
I did not think that giving just about 10 members to the elections and some are 11 members for exit, and he has decided not to contest 2024 election like myself. I do not think that this is the way he should exit. I think that he should exit in a more elegant manner and in a more befitting manner. The resignation of Honorable Osei Bonsu is ill-timed.
It's ill-timed.
Ill-timed. Yes,
why is that?
Timed. Yes, I'm saying so because it will have very grave and serious repercussions on the majority in Parliament and Parliament as a whole. I'm saying so because he is not contesting the 2024 elections. So he would have had time to be able to be on the floor of the Parliament to prosecute the case of the majority or the case of government until December 2024 elections. Now, several incidents have taken place that if you don't take time, it will affect the attendance of the House by members by MPs from the majority side. One, there was a cabinet reshuffle about a week or 2 weeks ago that affected election.
Majority leaders or minority leaders don't resign. I think that let's get this clear. In our parliamentary history, they are usually reshuffled, moved based on deliberations, based on agreement between the caucus and the party. When you get to a point where an illustrious person, such as the current leader, getting to the point where we hear he has resigned, is a novelty, and the only conclusion that...
Well, he says the only conclusion is that he was kicked out. That's Dr. Rashid Draman, the Executive Director for the Africa Center for Parliamentary Affairs. And earlier you heard from Honorable Cletus Avoka, the MP for Zebula, and they spoke to Alfred Okansi on Ghana Tonight last night. Well, we have our third guest joining us this morning, Aisha Alasan. She's a member of the NDC communications team. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing
I like
good,
the change in
Bella.
hairstyle.
Thank you.
Yes, it's different. It's nice. But Nana, I have a message for you from Facebook. Tina Vivian Commodore says, Nana, you're looking cute and beautiful. I love this. Do have a great morning.
Thank you.
So, and good morning to everyone who's watching. Aaron, Nelson, Bernard Bleu, good morning to all of you. But let's start the conversation, of course, with Ellen. And you've heard from Honorable Cletus Avoka. He says that it was ill-timed. In fact, this was not an honorable way to bow out of the office. Dr. Rashid Rahman says that clearly, from the way things have played out, he was kicked out and forced to resign.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My greetings to everybody watching us. I really haven't, just like all of you, I'm just hearing this morning. I haven't heard of any reason why he has resigned. I'm sure an official position will be put up. But to all of a sudden created the impression as if he was kicked out, and according to Honorable Cletus, he is ill-timed. Well, the majority side in Parliament, I believe, has the right to change their leaders. And we are already in the system, in the situation of transition in the party. We are in a situation where rearrangements are being made, people are going for certain offices. We have an election coming up. So I do not think that Honorable Mensah Bonsu has been kicked out. He's going to be doing something, as Honorable Cletus himself said, what is it?
A more elegant.
There are a few considerations going on for a certain ministerial position, which we haven't yet heard anything about.
But at least he's a chairman of the manifesto committee.
Yes, there's a lot of things going on with him. I do not think that he resigned because he's been kicked out. The whole majority side of Parliament is doing a lot of changes. Remember,
are they really?
Yes, Madam.
I don't know if you heard from the first Deputy Speaker yesterday, where he organized an impromptu press conference and said that there has never been any attempt to kick him out of office. There's never any attempts like that. In fact, they are satisfied with his work and do not intend to change him as the majority leader.
He is not the only person who makes that decision. Yesterday, they also met in caucus. So I'm sure, as I said, we are waiting for the official position. But just before you interrupted, Madam Lydia Alasan has been moved on to become minister. So definitely somebody would have to replace her. There's going to be a few shifting around, go here, sit here. I'm sure all that will be sorted out. I just think that this is a little storm in a teacup. It will be sorted out. I do not think that the honorable majority leader has been kicked out. He's moving on to do other things.
Well, I don't know if it's right to describe it as a little storm in the teacup. Maybe for you because you represent the party, but for many people out there, they don't see it that way. It looks like there's some division in the majority caucus. The party is also trying to force another leader on the majority caucus. They are insisting they don't want that. They are satisfied. Well, it wasn't just, the first deputy speaker. There were quite a number of MPs who were behind him when he was granting that interview to the media.
After the meeting with the presidency, that was when that press conference took place.
No, we're talking about that press conference that took place
before the meeting. So we all just woke up to this news. As I said, I haven't seen any official statement, even from Honorable Osei Mensah himself. I'm sure as the day matures, we'll get it. But I think we should just calm down and wait and see what will happen. As I said, it's a little storm in a little teacup. We'll sort it out.
Let's just play the first deputy speaker's video again for those of you who may have missed out, because even at a point when he was asked if the party was the one that was trying to push them in, he insisted that the party has no power to decide who becomes their leader. Take a look.
Which constitution? That regulates MPP. The Parliament of Ghana has adopted standing orders which places the selection and change or otherwise of leadership in the hands of the caucus and not anybody outside Parliament.
And that this is a little storm in the teacup because he's clearly indicating that there seems to be some attempt.
And I said he had this press conference before the meeting last night.
Does it change anything?
I believe so. I mean,
we're hearing that most of them didn't even know about the resignation when they were going for that meeting.
They are going to have a conversation, sit around it. And if the majority leader has resigned, I'm sure a new leader, a competent leader will be put in place. Is the party going through a transition period? It's as simple as that.
Was he forced?
I don't think so. I wasn't there, so I won't know. But I don't think anybody can force Honorable Osei Mensah to do something he doesn't want to do. So we are just going through a transition. I'm sure by the end of this week, all the people who have to be in certain positions for us to prosecute our agenda of winning election 2024, it will be done. As I said, this is just a storm in a teacup. It will pass over.
Nanaya, do you believe that this is just a storm, a little storm in the teacup?
Bella, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to your viewers. Good morning to my friend and comrade Nanekria Avle. Good morning to my friend Abdul Latif Dan. Good morning to my brother Kwame Janta. And good morning to the Honorable Majority Leader. This conversation came up and Honorable Majority Leader is the protege of my father. He's one of the young MPs in Ashanti region, the young politicians that my father nurtured. My father, F.A. Jantwa. He and I should speak loud.
Yes.
I'm a bit disappointed. He and the first deputy speaker.
Okay.
They are the proteges and others.
Of your father?
Of my father.
Oh, okay.
They are the young ones my father nurtured in Ashanti region. So even though I don't belong to their party, they are like my big brothers. And when it comes to family, politics doesn't take center stage. I am a bit surprised but where is the letter that said he has resigned?
Well, it has not come out officially, but there's confirmation that he has resigned. In fact, he has also been
confirmed.
Well, our correspondents in Parliament also confirmed it as well yesterday.
So where is the letter? Was he on TV, on radio?
No, we don't have the letter. That's what I'm saying, that it's been confirmed.
Did he say himself?
Well, we don't have those details, but we have from our correspondents that it's been confirmed that he has resigned.
So Bella, for me, when you resign, you give reasons. And either you use media or you write. Or you use conventional social, it's all acceptable. So the first thing is that have we heard it from him? And is there a letter? Till we see or hear from him, for me, it is not clear.
It was announced at the meeting yesterday when the majority caucus were meeting the president.
So who announced at the meeting?
Well, these are reports that we're getting from our correspondent. He was there yesterday, and that is when he broke the news.
At the presidency?
Yes.
I mean, for me, he should come out and tell us something. That is the only time that, yes, your correspondent has said it. Your correspondent has said it, but he himself, as the leader, should send to part because there are procedures. Do you understand? There are procedures. The reason why people are saying that he has been kicked out is that the way the thing has been done, that all of a sudden the man resigns, I mean, purportedly, because for me, evidence, it should be evidence-based. There should be a letter. Something should come out of him. There should be some media thing that he tells us. But we haven't heard him speak. Then all of a sudden, he's a chairman of the manifesto committee. I mean, it doesn't play out. Then people will speculate that he was pushed out. He hasn't even taken a breath on the action, whether it's true or not. Because what has he written to the speaker? You can't just get up in parliament and say, I have resigned. Nobody has sacked you. There are standing orders for you to leave your position. And you have to adhere to the standing orders. Otherwise, it is a breach of parliament. You can be cited because you are the leader of your majority side. For me, I always question the majority of that parliament, but they say it's a majority of one who is an independent.
Majority group.
Yes, that one is an independent. But whatever it is, you can't just get up and there's speculation. There is no evidence to it. We haven't seen a letter to the speaker. We haven't seen a resignation letter. Did you go through the standing order? That is why the second deputy speaker was saying that somebody from outside cannot come in here and manipulate the system. Because there is a rule. You have to go through a process before you say you have resigned. You can't just get up one day and say, I've resigned, you are gone.
When you say someone from outside, you're referring to the party.
Yes, he said it.
Well,
he said this is parliament.
Yes, but even though they're standing in orders, yesterday the Speaker of Parliament spoke and he said that no matter who you are, as an MP, you came into Parliament on the ticket of your party.
Yes.
So your party should have a say in who becomes your leader in Parliament.
You, but it's procedural. Yeah, I mean, you don't just get up and say that the person has resigned. This is not the party changing the person. If the party is changing the person, the party will write from party. I've been a general secretary before. You write, the general secretary of the party will write, and there will be deliberation. I don't know how everybody, we call ours leadership. Some call it FEC, some call it NEC. We will have to meet. In our case, the central committee, assuming the CPP is in government, the central committee will meet and decide that the leadership has to be changed. It is not done in a vacuum. They go through a process. So if for any reason the party thinks that they don't need Honorable Kyei Mensah Bonsu to be there, then the procedure, we should have a document from the party saying we don't want you there. If he has resigned, then it means that the procedure is within Parliament. Because today that seat is vacant. So you are going to create a crisis. Which is
well, his deputy is there, and he's already been acting in his stead.
So when did he start acting in his stead? This thing started last night. So when did he start acting?
Well, but
in his
even
stead?
before last night, there had been indication that the deputy had taken over.
No, you see, all those are speculation.
Okay.
We are dealing with a process. We are dealing with a parliament that depends on documentation. That is why when there's an issue, the parliament will always refer to a Hansard. Meaning that is a document that the Hansard that said A, B, C, D, let's go refer. So you can't just, you see, Parliament is not a marketplace. Parliament is not a chaotic arena where the leader, no mean a person, but the leader will resign and it's just like that and the deputy will step in. No, that is not how it is done. If they don't want him around, if they don't need him, they should go through the process. They should go through the process and everybody will know that, yes, he was kicked out or he was changed. by the party and ABCD, and that the party prefers Afenyo marking.
But in this case, we're told that he resigned. I mean, this is a man who
what has he said?
Who has garnered experience over the years. Clearly, he would understand the process to go through if he wants to resign.
So he has to go through it and come out and tell us in our faces that he's gone. We cannot take information of such an important gesture from a correspondent. Yes, it is good, it is journalism, but that is not it, because he himself has to come and tell Ghana he represented Ghana as a majority leader in that parliament. Parliament is Ghana, 275 constituencies are represented in that room. So if he has resigned, he should come and tell us.
Then he should have spoken by now. It's almost 8 a.m.
That's what I'm saying. So for me, till he comes to say that I have resigned and he gives reasons for resigning, because it is very incongruous. It does not make sense that he has resigned in a minute and the next minute, the day has not even broken and he's a chairman of a manifesto.
Well, that has been confirmed by the spokesperson, who says that that position takes place with immediate effect.
But I am saying that it does not make sense to me. If he resigned last night, or whatever, 12 hours ago, when did they decide that he's a chairman of the manifesto committee? When did they decide that he's a chairman of the manifesto committee? Because it means that immediately they have to put him somewhere. Yeah. Somebody wanted him to leave, and immediately they have to put him somewhere. And if the leader of parliament, if you are giving him a position, manifesto committee, then maybe they should have added him to the advisors, or maybe something to do with
You think this is a demotion?
But wow, the man is a leader of parliament. 275. The leader of parliament. Did you get me? And we've heard about foreign affairs, taking him to foreign affairs and all that. Foreign affairs, unless Onabola Yokoboche is leaving, Onabola Yokoboche has to be there to be able to be the Commonwealth head. If he is not a minister of foreign affairs, she cannot be the Commonwealth head. And this election for the head of the Commonwealth is in October.
Could that be the reason why he may not have been made the foreign affairs minister?
I am saying
because those were also speculations.
I'm saying that they're all, why is it that everything around him is speculation? We need something definite. If the president doesn't want him, then he should tell us. If the party doesn't want him, then we should know. Do you get me? So just resign, no letter from you. We haven't heard your voice. They say he has resigned. Is somebody forcing him to resign? So the person has gone ahead to announce that he has resigned. And nobody is hearing from him. And that is very unlike him.
Is it not enough that the first deputy speaker spoke? And in that case, he did indicate that there was some machinations to get him out, but they want him there.
But he didn't say he has resigned. The first deputy speaker didn't talk about resignation. What he spoke about is that they want him there. They have created standing orders. So the standing orders will be in tandem with what the party has in their constitution. So you put the two together, then you find a middle way to change your leadership. Because the party can also cannot also ignore the standing orders of parliament. The parliament cannot also ignore the constitution of the party. So this is an issue of collaboration. This is an issue of stakeholder consultation. They all sit down, manage the situation, and decide
before it comes out.
Yes.
So you think that they failed in managing the situation, because then this shouldn't have been in the
because
news
we don't
in the
even
first
know
place.
what is going on. Because this one says we need clarity. Ghana needs clarity. There should be some clarity on the matter, exactly what is going on.
All right. Well, at least what we have clarity on would be his appointment as the chairperson of the manifesto committee. And so let's take a look at that list to see who and who have made it onto the list. Well, it says that the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party has constituted a manifesto committee for the 2024 general elections. The committee will be chaired by Honorable Osei, Kyei, Mensah, Bonsu, and sector ministers will serve as advisors to the committees. The committee shall be responsible for undertaking a holistic review of the party's 2016 and 2020 manifestos and engage all relevant stakeholders to come up with a pragmatic 2024 manifesto. So let's jump to the committee list, where we have his name there as the chairman of the manifesto committee, and then Honorable Kojo Opon Nkrumah is the vice chair of the manifesto committee, and Everon Hughes, the secretary of the manifesto committee. There's Professor Kweku Apia Edu, coordinator of the committee, Dr. Isaac Owusu-Mensah, coordinator of the committee. And then we have the subcommittee chairs, Dr. Sibe Yeboah on economy. And I remember, Nanaya, was it you who had mentioned last week that he could have been the finance minister? And so then you question how he ended up
upon the
here.
Manifesto Committee on Economy.
On economy. Interesting one. Tony Oting, JC, Trade and Industry. Kwejo and Safwa Poko, I believe that's the right spelling. Energy and Petroleum. He also had tried to represent the party as its flag bearer. That didn't go his way. But William Oponbio, Agriculture. Dr. Augustine Blay, Communication and Digitalization. Dr. Gideon Boako, Lands, Minerals and Natural Resources. And Dr. Emmanuel Ma for Science, Technology, Innovation and Environment. Maxwell Opoku-Agyemang, Legal and Governance. Justina Marigold, Local Government. Can we go lower so we can see the other names as well? Because I know that Samoajan should be on the other list. Well, we'll get the other list for you so you can take a look at that. But let me come to you.
But my dear,
Aisha, yeah.
with this, please go. I want to start from the top.
From the top, okay. Can we scroll back to the top? Okay. From number 1?
From number 1 down. I don't know if everyone is a man or a woman.
Everyone is a man.
Okay. To be sure. So all these people, they have only one woman.
There's another one on the other list.
There's another woman, so let me pull it up.
No, with all these, even if there are only 2 women, look at this long list. So only 2 women. Why?
I think so.
Well, there's also Juliet Asante, Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts.
Juliet, okay.
There's Amasewa for Gender.
That
And
one,
then-
take it out. It will always be a woman.
Yes. And then the rest, yes. So we have Engineer Kwabena Japan, Housing and Infrastructure, Hassan Tampuli, Transport, Edward Asumeni, Security, Michael Okwe Jr., Foreign Affairs. Then there's Kofi Jamesi, Chieftaincy, Religious Affairs and Civil Society, Dr. Ayu Efriye, Health, and then Dr. Prince Hamid Ama on Education. So that is the full list, and it's been signed by the spokesperson, Director of Communications for the campaign team for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Let me just come in. Michael Okwe Jr.
Yes.
He's a public servant. He's the head of the Ghana Free Zones Board. He has become a member of parliament.
Yes.
Not yet.
Well,
a PC.
he's representing
yes,
the
a
MPP.
PC. He will win anyway because for that place is an MPP place. So PC. He's become a parliamentary candidate. Then now he's on party manifesto committee and he's still the chief executive of Free Zones. It is wrong. He should resign. All the people who are public servants, heading public institutions, who have gone for, become candidates for the MPP, I think they should resign.
Okay.
It is not right. Ethically, I mean, in the public service, if you go for any political position, direct, you have to resign.
Well, we'll get into that to see if Ellen also agrees. But Aisha, back to you on this.
It is a rule. It's not whether you agree
Well,
or not.
what Ellen has to say about it, not whether she agrees. Thank you for that correction. But Aisha, back to you. I mean, we're seeing all this play out at a time when the NDC had also instantly changed its leaders, some of its leaders, and that caused hue and cry. And that was the reason why the standing orders were amended to ensure that the caucuses in Parliament are the ones who decide on their leaders. Then months later, we see this happening, where there seems to be some confusion as to whether the majority leader really is wanted in Parliament or not. Then we hear that he's resigned. How do you feel about it?
Good morning, Bella, and good morning to our viewers. I would want to wish Hansen Aquinas Jr. happy birthday, and John Belly, a former regional deputy treasurer of the NDC. Happy birthday to these 2 comrades. Bella, the Akans have a proverb that goes like, "Oh, say onyonko abodwe ehia no asensu esi wudie ho." When the NDC reshuffled the minority leadership in Parliament, I remember how the MPP made mockery of us and said all sort of things. They were all over. We were going to lose the 2024 elections. We should kiss it a goodbye. We've just signed our death warrant. And all sort of, mockery. Today, here we are. They are facing the same problem. What do they have to say today? What do they have to say today?
You see, 3 days ago, there was a rumor that Osei Mensah Bonsu is likely to be reshuffled so that they put Afenyo Mark and his deputy in his stead.
Then, some few hours after the rumor, Joe Wise assembled the press and said that there was no such rumor, or that rumor is probably fake because they do not have such information. They are not aware of any changes. The majority caucus of parliament have not decided to change Osei Mensah Bonsu, and that they are okay with him. And to him, the onus lies on the majority caucus to decide who becomes their leader. Then he again told us that the majority caucus in parliament was meeting with the party to decide on the way forward. Then, yesterday in the night, we heard that Osei Mensah Bonsu has resigned. So the question here is, did they meet? If they met, what was the outcome of the meeting? Was Osei Mensah Bonsu asked to step down?
Which was last night's meeting?
Yes.
Well,
I don't know if they met last night, but
they did.
He resigned last night, actually.
Yes.
Yes, so if they met, what was the outcome of the meeting? Was he asked to step down? Why did he resign? Why the resignation? Why not come to tell us that, okay, so officially now we are putting Honorable Afenyo Markin in his stead because he's been moved out to probably the manifesto committee, which I know is an afterthought.
How is it an afterthought?
Obviously, this letter was signed just yesterday, 21st February. Yes, and clearly it was an afterthought to probably appease him.
You can't say that for a fact. We're not privy to the
but
dealings of the party. The fact that it was signed yesterday doesn't mean that conversations have not been had.
I can connect the dots.
Okay.
Because looking at the fact that he even resigned and wasn't, there was no official letter to say that, okay, he's been reshuffled and he had to resign, then it should tell you that the one party is not happy with the whole decision, especially as their caucus in parliament have come out to tell us that the onus lies on them to make a decision, the final decision. But you see, in the previous standing orders, the NDC decided to take advantage of the previous standing orders, which is open and gives room to either the caucus or the party to choose the leadership of parliament.
Yeah.
And the NDC, as a party, took advantage and changed leadership because probably they felt going into election 2024, we need our best foot
Which
forward.
many have, described as wrong because the way it was done by the NDC was not the best way.
Yeah, but the laws allowed it. That's what I'm saying. The standing orders allowed it. Then came a change.
Or the standing orders?
Yes,
Your constitution.
no, not our constitution.
But at that time, the standing orders had not
made it
indicated.
open.
It wasn't in place then.
No, it
the
wasn't.
standing
It took
orders-
place this January.
January, yes.
Yes.
Yes, during the time we had our changes, the standing orders was open to,
But you did not consult extensively.
Yeah, because
Which is-
the standing orders didn't say we should consult. It just said that either the party or the parties. And so the party took that decision to make
So are you
that
justifying
reshuffle.
that decision that your party leadership?
There was a lacuna in
made.
the standing orders, and the party.
So I wake up
took-
one morning and I'm yanked out of office and that's okay?
Well, it may not sound well, but that the constitution of the standing orders allowed it,
Okay,
and the NDC
carry
took
on.
advantage of it. Then the speaker says that, okay, because of the brouhaha that surrounded our changes, now the caucus and the party must
They have the power to decide on who becomes their
have the
leader.
party. They must consult each other in taking this decision. Then Joe Wise comes and says that no, it's our sole prerogative to take this decision and not the political party. But you see, Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Abambagbin, has come to clear that yes, it states that the caucus can take this decision. But one thing you have to also know that the meaning of caucus in the standing orders is a member of a party. So you can't, as a caucus, take the sole decision as if you are an island without consulting the party. The party, as it stands now, still leads the process in taking that decision. It still leads the process because it was from the party that you became the majority leader. It was from the party that you became a caucus. So you can't isolate yourself from the party. So the party still has a stake in who becomes the majority leader. Just that at the end of the day, it's the caucus that will announce that this is our new leader. So this is it. You see, the mockery that went on previously, just because we had changed our leadership, and the school of thought that we were going to lose the elections because we had made changes in our leadership.
Does it apply to the MPP
I
now?
asked the MPP the same question. Are they going to lose the 2024 elections because they've done some reshuffle? Are they going to lose the 2024 elections? Sometimes we try to kind of clad everything with politics. We clad everything with politics without even thinking beyond the political advantage that we seek to gain from the issues that comes up. So you see, this is clearly a constitution that has spelled out what must be done. The processes are there. Party feels, okay, I still have the right to take the decision to select whoever becomes or to appoint whoever becomes the majority leader. And they have done it. No politics, nothing. Let's move forward. We are all doing what is best for us. We have done what is best for us as NDC. They have also done what they think is best for them as MPP. I'm sure if they knew that a day like this would come, they wouldn't have even attempted making mockery of the NDC in the first place.
Ellen, so clearly, in this case, it's as if, the NDC is calling you two-faced because you mocked them for something that they did, which many people said was wrong, and then we see something similar happening at this point. It's just 10 months to the elections.
Who mocked who?
What, did your party not mock them?
No.
No? You're not aware of any?
We are all political parties, and we are trying to get our act together for oncoming elections. As I said, a lot of changes is going on. A lot of people are going to be reassigned. People are going to go for certain positions. So for me, I think we should just take our time. There's no official communication from the majority leader yet. There's no official communication from the caucus in Parliament yet. The party hasn't put out any official communication yet. We just woke up and you said your correspondent said that is what has happened yesterday.
It's been reported across the media houses. If it was false information,
I'm not saying
I think that by now,
no,
your party should have come out to respond.
Don't put words in my mouth.
So what are you saying?
I haven't said it's false information. What I've said is that media companies or the media outlets are all announcing that this is what they have heard. And hearing something without an official letter is speculation. So let's wait.
Even if it was announced yesterday during the meeting.
Announced by who? Announced by who? So let's wait for the official confirmation to come. Honorable Osei Mensah has served in Parliament for 23 years. The man has a wealth of knowledge. I do not think that assuming he even moves from becoming the majority leader, he's done with what he has to do. He has so much to offer our party, and our party intends to use him for a lot. So, as I said, it's a much ado about nothing. It's the party that is going through a process. New appointments are being made. People are, placing themselves for the incoming government and for the campaign. So, I think we should just let it be. Let's wait for the official communications from both Parliament, from the party, and then, of course, from the MPP caucus, and then we move on. All this tells me that the MPP, we are dead serious on what we want to do. We elected our flag bearer in November. As a March, we are getting into March now. In February, he comes out, he states his vision, his campaign team is out, the manifesto team is also out. We are actually in a hurry. We have work to do. The NDC, I don't think, are too interested in our matters now because they also have their own to sort out. They have elected their flag bearer for almost 9 months now. They don't have a campaign team. We don't know anything yet. So I'm sure they are also in a hurry to get things out. They are not too interested in our matters. The MPP would sort out its matters. I'm sure by the end of the week, everybody will know where they stand. Campaign begin.
You're not worried that, the unity in Parliament would be
obvious. I
disturbed.
don't see any unity being disturbed. As I said, changes happen. People change. Honorable Osei Bonsu has been there for 23 years. The man himself said he was not going to stand again and come in as an MP. He's allowed other people to come in. I am sure that he has other plans for his future. And if truly he has resigned, as is being speculated, I'm sure in the next few hours, a letter or so will come, and then we move on.
Well, producers, if you can call Komla Kluche for us so that he can give us further details. Clearly, questions are being asked about who made this announcement yesterday. We know Komla Kluche was the one that broke the news. And so if we can get him on air so he can give us some further details on this, that would be helpful. Thank you very much. I think I'd want us to move on to our next topic this morning. Nana, I don't think you want to touch on this, do you?
No, I just want to say that nobody resigns in darkness. And as Honorable Avoka said, I think even if Honorable Osei Mensah Bonsu is going out, we should make sure it is elegant, it is gracious, and it is honorable. I mean, on top of my head, I'm asking the question, are the prominent Ashantis in the MPP becoming an endangered species? Are they becoming extinct? Because when we look at Alan Martin, who resigned, and today, in this kind of clouded secrecy, in darkness, we don't even know what is going on. Honorable Osei Mensah Bonsu to say it's gone, and the next moment we find a manifesto team with him being the chairman. It doesn't really make sense to anybody, and I think that this kind of thing does not. When somebody serves their nation, they should be treated with some elegance and some honor.
Okay.
I mean, whatever it is.
All right.
I mean, there is a need. He deserves it.
All right.
Yeah.